He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number 50, you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works for the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Right, good evening, welcome back to VP4TV. That schedule that you see there, we've got Larry against Linus coming up now, and that's a one-loss side match. We have Cobra and Tommy scheduled to go next Monday, but there's actually an addition to that. Stubb has arranged his match with Miskin on the one-loss side, and we'll see that in a second once this thing updates. It just goes a bit weird when it's gone back to the main screen, but it will appear in a second. There we go. We have Real Poland Power Stubb up against Miskin on Friday at 7 o'clock, and that will be the additional match to the schedule. Tonight we've got Larry from the USA up against Linus from Sweden. Now, Larry ended up over on the one-loss side. Larry won his first round match against VP Monster 17-10. Then Larry had to play Cobra. Cobra won that 17-13, so that moved Larry over to the one-loss side. Linus, I think, lost in the first round, if I'm right in thinking, and I'm looking for him and I can't find him. There he is. He lost 17-11 to Sergeresh. But he's since won his first one-loss side match, which he did against Whiskey by 13 racks to 3. But it's a big step up tonight for Linus against Larry. It's the same old, same old. Linus can pot a ball, but I don't think he's at the consistent or as consistent as Larry. Both will make mistakes. Probably Linus will make more than Larry, and Larry will win out that way. But it's down to Linus on capitalising the opportunities that he gets. It's a usual story, but he might not be good enough to do that. But I'm one that's willing to be proved wrong. So here we are. We have, how long have we got to go? We've got barely a minute to go, and the room will be up now. Linus was in getting practice, as is Larry. Larry's still there. And how many have we got in the lobby? We've got 51. It's actually quite busy tonight, the lobby. That's busy for VP4, so it is. So welcome everybody out there. Don't say hello, why don't you? It only takes 2 seconds to type. But you're welcome. So this will be a race to 13, the usual. We'll have the lag for the break. There's no jump cues. And the 10 ball must be the last ball going into a pocket to win the rack. That sort of simplifies matters. And that room, I think, will be up. There we go. And Linus, I think, is already in. So we'll get in. And here we go. Linus on the right-hand side. Welcome to Run Out, Rob. And hopefully, again, I'm coming through loud and clear. Well, Larry's going to win the lag. Welcome to Mark. Yeah, was it Whitney a couple of streams ago that was talking about this Windows 11 update, and I said, well, I've had no message from Microsoft, but I watched a couple of the videos on YouTube. There's one guy in particular who demonstrates the official way to go about things. Now, this was at the time where Microsoft's website explained about the workaround with the registry technique. And he was showing you how to do it and how you had to put in a new registry entry and that sort of thing. And also you had to make sure that you chose the correct language that your PC was set to, or it wouldn't work. But I've had nothing at all from Microsoft. And also I watched another video where a guy says that Microsoft have since taken down that post about telling you the registry workaround. They have taken it down. So whatever the reasons are for taking it down, I don't know. But I've got no urgent need to change to Windows 11. The PC's still going. The obvious thing they'll talk about is security issues. And I'm certainly not paying Microsoft £30 or however much it is to get another year's support. That's the biggest pile of bullshit I've heard yet. It's just a ridiculous joke that they're trying to... And there's plenty of people out there, that's the embarrassing thing. There's plenty of gullible people out there who'll be gullible enough to pay them money for another year's support. That's just silly. You pay hundreds of pounds for a computer and they want to diddle more money out of you. I mean, that's just bleeding you dry, so it is. And they ain't getting it from me. So Larry's in good shape here, right off the bat, for a good start. I never saw what that was that came up on the screen there, but whatever it is, thank you. I don't know what it was. I was too busy looking at the main screen. Oh, it's a follower. Oh, I just saw that popping up in the chat. Well, Larry's got the good start he wants. Well, I'm going to say this now. Still haven't. I mean, I've only ever seen Linus play cowboy, and sometimes I think Linus is just a bit over deliberate, and it might be just a lack of confidence in his game. He's a wee bit over deliberate. Not quite. I don't quite know how to put my finger on it in terms of describing that, but he's just I don't know whether he's just lacking confidence or something like that. But that seems to be, it's what comes across to me as part of his game. So not only that factor, but the fact that he's in a tournament and playing Larry. Welcome to... by the way, Tam, I don't want to get into too much detail, but I was in and out of the bathroom this morning, and all I would say is don't have pea and ham soup in the afternoon and forget you've actually had pea and ham soup in the afternoon, and then have, what did I have? I had southern fried chicken with beans for my dinner, and what else did I have? I can't remember. And I had Tabasco sauce in the beans and stuff. And I was in the bathroom. Tam came in this morning, typed in cowboy doubles. I'd barely typed out my reply, and he left the building. And 30 seconds later, we were playing cowboy doubles. But my God, oh dear, I was not well this morning. So if you'd hung around for another 10 seconds, we would have been playing doubles. So we would have... Yeah, it was you that said... you were the one that said about that update from Microsoft, but they've now taken down that post about changing the registry. So why they've done it, I don't think anybody's got the answer to it. But as I said, I'm not editing the registry or doing anything. It's not worthwhile. It isn't worthwhile. Not when I've sort of got the PC in a sort of more reliable state than I have for months and months and months. You know, why fix what ain't broke is the rule of thumb there. Now that 7-ball must go into the side. If it does, has Linus actually gone far enough? Yes, he has. Now he's got to go forward, or well, he's coming back. Yeah, see, that's no good. You know, that's no good because, look, he's not got a pocket for it to go in apart from a dodgy one in the side. I think if he'd went forward, he could have opened out off that 10-ball onto the 8 probably. But, you know, this simply has to go, because if it doesn't, it has to go safe or Larry's, and that's not the line at all. Larry's going to be 2-0 up here, and this may well be the story of the match. It's very much my way of thinking that Linus just ain't got the game, and he'll be lucky if he can get 3 racks in this match the way it's going. Problem is, if you get a new PC with Windows 11 now with the new TPM module, it takes screenshots every few seconds. Well, my PC, when my PC has got TPM2 or whatever the hell it is, this security thing, my PC's got that because I checked it in the BIOS and all that stuff. I checked that a long while ago. Where it fails is the processor for some bloody stupid reason, which again is just a pile of bullshit. That's just, to me, it is just a blatant bleed of gullible people who are paying loads of money to buy new computers. That's what it is. I don't care what they say about security. That's just a pile of bullshit. There might be some truth in it, but not to the extent that gullible people are all going out spending fortunes buying new computers because of it. It's a load of crap. I said that at the time, and I'll stick by it. Well, Larry couldn't get the job done, and it's 1 each. And this is the other point I made at the start as well, though, that, you know, Larry's vulnerable. He does make mistakes, and nothing is 100% guaranteed with Larry nowadays. No, I'm probably exactly the same boat as you. My PC must be knocking on the door at 10 years old, and I've had loads of problems in recent times and found a level of stability that's pretty good at the moment. And I daren't touch anything else. I'm scared to do anything else to the PC, messing about, doing this setting, that setting, the next setting. You guys know the trouble I've had. You know, streams going down, PC locking up, restarting, all sorts of crap going on. And I just daren't do nothing at all to mess about with it. So, 6 balls a problem. And there's, again, see, this is where Linus will get encouragement. The only concern I have is that he's maybe not good enough to take advantage of it. This could end up being, I don't know, I mean, it should be a comfortable win for Larry, but he just does make all of these mistakes nowadays, far too many. Well, there's not a game I've got where my PC doesn't run it. I mean, it runs, what do you call it? Red Dead Redemption 2. It runs it beautifully, although I haven't played it for a while. I had actually started, I think that's about the third time I've restarted Red Dead Redemption to go through the storyline again. And I sort of started it, but drifted away from it again. It runs it beautifully. I mean, everything looks gorgeous on it, so it does. I played that in Uncharted as well. Well, I downloaded the version that fell off the back of a lorry. It ran fine, and more or less completed the story in that Uncharted game, the most recent one. No, I mean, obviously there's certain games now where you might just have to tweak down the highest. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups again. You might need to tweak down the highest graphic settings, but you know, my game runs perfectly fine without too much trouble. What game's the best game ever? Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, it's a great game. I was sitting crying at the end of it, so I was. I don't mind admitting it. I was sitting, the tears were running down my face. Go and watch the videos on YouTube as well, and you'll see all these sad people like me sitting crying when. I'm not going to ruin the story for anybody who hasn't played the game, but oh, it's a heartbreak. It's a brilliant game, because there's so much to do in it that you can go back and go over it and over it and over it, and there's loads of stuff. It's not when the horse dies, for goodness sake. But no, there's loads of sort of side stories and things to find that you can keep going back to it and going back to it. I tried the online. See, the thing about Rockstar games, I tried the online in Grand Theft Auto. Didn't like it. You were butchered within 30 seconds because I'm hopeless at shooter games. Tried the online at Red Dead Redemption, butchered within 30 seconds, and that's it. Same with what do you call it? What do you call the military game, the army game, the one that I've got, the last version, version 5. What do you call it again? The World War II one. Anyway, that one went online with. I've had every version of it apart from the most recent one that's come out last week. And went online with that, lasted half an hour and it dead. No, absolutely no use at them. I played No Man's Sky yesterday after the update and also the patch that came out, and I discovered my first gas giant planet, which is just like going out in a howling gale in a Scottish afternoon. You can't see anything in it. But I haven't found the other necessary things I need to get all these other new planets, and I haven't got the patience to do it, to be honest with you, nowadays. Well, GTA 6 will be probably at least another 18 months away. It's very much on the cards. And no doubt it'll need you to have a SSD drive, goodness knows how much RAM. I mean, the spec on it will be pretty high because the GTA games are pretty high spec anyway. And I had GTA when it first came out many, many years ago, when it was top down, and even then I thought that was brilliant. And it's amazing how it actually manifested itself into the game that it became. When you the first go at it, I think I played it for hours and hours and hours, and all it was just top down. Thought it was brilliant. Well, we might have a match on here. I might have got all this wrong, but like I said, it's down to what Linus does to punish Larry that can make this a match. No, I'm not into these series. What's that? There's another open world game that might be a few years old now, where you're driving from this place and that place, collecting stuff, and then zombies are chasing you. I haven't the patience for that sort of stuff nowadays. You know, those sort of games I used to sit down for hours and hours and hours and playing them, but I think my attention span is so short nowadays. I've got no time for them. I've still got Half-Life on Steam, and it must be 15 years since I've played it. Well, Mark says he's got a Simon for sorting his PC. Yeah, knowing my luck, I just know that my luck would be that if I started messing about with Windows 11, I would F something else up and I'd regret it. And I don't want to even take that risk. And that's why I'm steering well clear. I ain't getting near it. Well, it could be that he's working different shifts. That'd be one valid reason. Well, this needs to bounce. He needs to just get in and get a hold of this cue ball. Now, you can play this as a draggy pot just to sort of kill the cue ball. You know, you can go forward and start running, but you don't need to. You just need to hold the cue ball. Yeah, see, he's running. And this needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. Well, that's not bad. And wouldn't you know it, Linus could be in the lead here. He works 8 hours a week. What kind of bloody job's that? Oh, that's overcut by a mile. I wish I worked 8 hours a week. Oh, 8 hours over 2 days is still crap. You're telling me he works 2 days in the week? What a cleaner? You're winding us up. Well, when you say cleaning 2 houses, you mean he's out robbing? Is that what you mean? Sounds a bit dodgy to me. Well, I do not know what Larry was trying there, because he was again a country mile off whatever he was attempting to do. Oh no, I was thinking he was trying to hit the 2, but he was actually trying to hit the 1. I never noticed the 1 up the table. Too busy reading the chat. Well, they must make a proper mess of a kitchen floor wearing those clogs. Welcome to Blind Hog. What's Biggs doing in the room? May the best man win his time. He should be in the bloody stream. So he's a skivvy, basically. That's what he is. That's what we call a skivvy over here in the UK. He's a Hilda Ogden. There's not many people who know who that is. I can guarantee only Mark knows who that is. Amy Turtle. That's a Crossroads skivvy. Don't forget, what's her name was in Crossroads as well? Nora Batty was in Crossroads. She was in Crossroads after Amy Turtle was gone. Well, this is fiddly. He's got the touch. Well, it's certainly going better than I thought it would be so far for Linus, I've got to say that. And depending on whether Larry gets the hit and gets this safe, which he hasn't, Linus is going to have a chance to tie the match up again. Any of them still alive? No, Peter Salas is gone. Compo had gone. And all the rest of the other ones that played the third part in Last of Summer Wine are all dead. And of course, the most recent one was Brian Murphy. But I wasn't watching Last of the Summer Wine for the last 10 years when he was in it. I had given up that a long time ago, because it should have finished a long time ago. Well, 3 apiece. Linus is breaking wide on the pack. And, well, that 2-ball was thinking of going in. I don't think it was an ideal line, but it's dry. It's dry and the 1 ball is safe. But look at the cover up the top of the table there if you're brave enough to just let this cue ball get running. And Larry's not hit that really very well. Has it got the legs? Oh, it might just have. But at this, I think that's a combo. Not a combo, a kick. Get behind it, and that is a brilliant shot. That's what we were talking about the other night there, about kicking behind the ball. And if you get it solid right in the face, you end up doing that. Very well done. The Mike Grady, he was in an episode of Minder. He was also in on the top deck of one of the On the Buses films. I don't know whether it was an original film. But he wasn't really one of the main characters. And yeah, Mike Grady, he'll still be alive. But I'll tell you something, he must be in his 70s now as well, him. Welcome to Interchange X. Oh, it was a good match yesterday. It threatened to go all the way. And, Matt had a good lead, but Albinario just kept hanging on, chipping away. Is that going to get to the pocket? Oh, it just got there. Well, Linus is actually, he had put in a bit of table time to get a bit of practice earlier on. And, of course, he's got absolutely nothing to lose. And as long as he keeps taking his opportunities, he'll make a match of it. Yeah, that got arranged too soon for me to update my schedule on the stream page that I've got. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think Larry should pack in if he's not good enough to come through this match. That's well played. That's a good shot. Well, I wonder if Linus has been listening to anything I've said, because there's nothing better than a player gritting their teeth, digging in and focusing and saying, "I'll show that loudmouth Scott." And you know, I'm quite happy about that. I'm quite happy about seeing a player pulling himself together and holding himself together. I mean, he's got a lead, and that's what matters at the moment. He's also got a ball, and this table, well, you know, this instance here, well, apart from the fact that that 3 ball is just married up with the 4, this was a very good table to test Linus's ability to get out here. It might not be so now that the 3 ball's sort of dead. I mean, he could play the bank up and down in that 3 ball, I think. I think if he kept the cue ball inside, and I don't think he's doing that, he's trying to do acrobatics here. Now, it needs to keep going so that he can punch this up the table, and Larry's going to be in trouble, or at least he should be, in a little second here if Linus can get the touch done in this, and he's not jacking up to kill it. He's trying to use weight, and that's terrible. Now, you see, there he's played the wrong shot for a start. He should have jacked up, played a little stun, and he was nailing the cue ball to the 4, and that's a bad choice of shot. And Larry should always been in trouble there. He should never been able to have a sniff at this 3 ball. And now with everything in the open, and provided Larry can get this 4, he should be out. Well, he's got himself a bit straight in this 5 ball. He's in trouble here, Larry. Now this is about judging the pace. And he's overcooked it, has he? Is he going to hold it enough? Now it's threatening to go pear-shaped. Now, if he's just going to play, I think he's got to jack up and dig in to play this, because he doesn't want to brush off the 7 and scratch. Well, he's avoided the 7, because that was touch and go. So now all he needs is just an angle either way to get this cue ball up that left side. And he's too straight. He's going to have to pinch a wee bit here. Yeah, just put it into the right side of the pocket. But again, that would be an example of where Linus went wrong by not executing the proper stun shot and killing that cue ball, because that ball was asking to be locked up every day of the week, and Linus didn't even give it a consideration. He tried to go for a touch shot when the actual stun shot was the easiest shot to play. You missed my sensational outshot I played. We won our first. Who the hell was I playing with? Was it Jim? Or was it Linus? I think it was Linus I was playing doubles with. He was my partner this morning in the first match. Or was it? Am I just thinking about another day? I can't remember now. But anyway, I had a sensational outshot. I had to bank the cue ball off the middle diamond up table. Come tight. The one ball was there where the donut is. The one ball was there, and I had to bank the cue ball up and down and just catch the rail and catch the ball and go in off. And of course, as all tactical geniuses do, I did it first time. First time of asking. No, I never even said watch this. I was totally focused on picking the line and getting out. Yes, it did happen. I've got witnesses. And no, there isn't video evidence. You just need my word. If I tell you it's gospel, there you go. Well, we are 4 apiece. Now Larry's going to have to get into the middle of the table, I would think, to play this combo in the 5-6. I can't believe he's going to try and get good on the 5, other than just come up into the middle of the table. And he's going to have to check this up or run it around behind the 5. I'm not even sure what he's doing here, to be honest with you, because the cue ball wants to go left. Aye, he's trying to get good on the short side of it, and I don't know that that's the best choice of shot. Again, it's left it tough. Now, this is not an easy cut in this 5-ball. Steve would say it is, but it ain't easy. I saw it again. I don't watch the news. I just caught a headline. The 6-ball's going in as well. And he's on the 9th. Well, that's all worked out good. I saw Trump saying that the Americans want to buy Gaza, and I thought, when I heard that, I thought, what the hell do they want to buy Paul Gascoigne for? He's well past his sell-by date. Oh dear. He wants to make it I think he wants to build a Trump hotel in the Gaza Strip. Got to laugh. And of course, he's upset a lot of people, saying that, I'll tell you, Trump's imagination gets the better of him. So it does. 2 and 3 ball into the right side pocket. Larry with a 5-4 lead now. A great opportunity to duck and dive up in that corner. He's going for the bank. But he's going to have to get up there because his next ball's a 4-ball. But it was more a sort of safety shot he was playing, and he's got it. Oh yeah, you need the obligatory golf course. You know, that could employ some of the local militia as caddies. The caddies all walking about with rifles over their shoulder and a golf bag over their other shoulder. Right, well, he's called the 6-ball, and this has got to go flush on the side, and it didn't. It pushed it to the rail, and as soon as it does that, it's coming out, and he might have got away with it again. No, he hasn't. So here's an instance for Linus. The 4-ball clearly goes. The 5-ball's a bit of an interference, and he's managed to hold the pace in that. He's good enough. So this is a big rack for Linus here, because this is where Larry could start to get away from him if he doesn't take this out. So we will see. I'm going to have to take my top off. I'm actually warm. I've got the heating off. It's been mild. Well, there's a commentator's curse if I've ever seen one. I'm actually boiling here. I'm going to have to cool myself down. Hang on a minute. I am now naked from the top down. I am absolutely boiling. I've got to take this top off. This top off, it's one of my old work shirts. I've got hundreds of them. Well, I've got loads of them. They're actually nice and warm, but by God, they're too warm to be sitting down doing this. No, I've got my tracky bottoms on, because I wear them to bed. As soon as I get in the house, strip down into the tracky bottoms, and that's me comfortable. And Linus lives again. Linus lives again. Now, this is all about touch to come up to the middle pocket for this 9-ball. And he should have reasonable touch, because, yes, he is used to this table. He's got really no excuse for not, really struggling with the weight of shots. He's got no excuse for that, because he's well versed in this table. Oh, the days of budgie smugglers are long gone. Well, there we go. Linus has done the job. They're 5 apiece. I never thought this would go like this. Now Larry's got a sweat on, I can tell you. Larry's got a sweat on. He's got a bigger sweat on than I have, I'll tell you that. Now, did anything go there? I thought I heard something drop. Maybe it's just my imagination. No, nothing did drop. And I'm missing the football tonight. I want to see the rest of that Arsenal Newcastle United game, as well as keeping up to date the Celtic game. That's my intention tonight. As soon as this is finished, I'm out of here. I ain't hanging about. Oh, I feel a lot more comfortable now. I'm beginning to cool down. Yeah, that was just too warm. You know it's too warm, Tam, when the sweat's running down the crack of your ass. Is that right? When the sweat starts running down there, you know you're overheating. Swamp butt. Right, see you later, Tam. Just as well I ceased talking about my bathroom habits this morning. You know. Right, what's going on here? What is going on here? Oh, this is... oh, that's too heavy. That's a touch like a sledgehammer, Linus. That's a terrible shot. I mean, that was a feather edge in the two, and a little dab of right English, so that when you hit the rail, you come over there. Oh dear, that was really poor. It was even poor that he hit the knuckle, but his execution of that shot was bottom drawer. And I'll tell you something here. This is not a dead cert either, because Larry's got to get the pace. Oh, it just brushed the 5, and now he's dead straight again. I think he's just going to nip out behind this 8 ball, or is he going forward? Yeah, he's not even risking trying to come back, because he can't trust that mouse playing those heavier stun draw shots. But that's a golden opportunity missed there by Linus. He should have had Larry in trouble. Oh, no, this needs to slow up. It needs to slow up. Well, again, yeah, okay, he's still got the cut. And yes, he should be in the 8 ball, but he's going to have to run 2-3 rails here to play this 8 ball into the same pocket, unless he starts doing acrobatics. And that's what's catching everybody out. And another chance gone, and another chance for Linus. Again, this is no gimme at that distance, but Linus has got a great chance here, and that's good pace. This is perfect. This is perfect. And again, it's exactly what I keep saying. As long as Larry's make mistakes, that's fine. But as long as Linus is punishing him for it, then there's a problem for Larry. Well, halfway home, almost, for Linus, into rack number 12 with a 6-5 lead. But who's going to get the breakthrough? Who's going to get that gap opening? I think that's dry as well. But there is no way on this earth that Linus should have any nerves about him, because he's got absolutely nothing to fear in terms of, he probably realises himself he's not the favourite. All the pressure's on Larry to deal with this situation and more importantly, keep control. But you see, Larry's 9-ball brain gets the better of him, and that's where Larry is. He's too attacking for my liking, always has been. And if his attacking attitude was so good, he would have won something by now, and he hasn't won any of these major events. And that's part and parcel of it. And there we go again. You know, Larry trying to be fiddly to get onto that 4. In fact, he just barely got there. And it's another unforced error from Larry. And Linus is in the same boat. And he's just got there. Now this could be a huge rack here. Linus has got to get this cue ball out into the table somewhere. Oh, he's coming through the gap. And he's married up the 8 ball with a 6. This is a horrible shot. It's a horrible shot in the fact that you can't really play a guaranteed good safety from where he's sitting. He's got to go for the pot and then hope he can see the 6. In fact, he would have been on the 6. He was miles away from the 5. Now, Larry's hampered. He's going to try and draw off this, and that's well played. For one sat, is very well played. And he's got the angle. I was driving in Eurotruck today, finishing a 6,000 mile trip from northern Scandinavia. I can't remember where I was in Norway. I started it a few days ago, and I was heading to Los Andes, not Los Angeles, Los Andes in South America, which is right over in Chile. And I had to go over the Andes to get to it, down a big multi-serpentine pass over the mountains, up into the snow. And 6,000 miles is not the longest trip you can do in this map combo I've got. You could do a huge distance. I might show you one in a few days' time if I feel up to it. I saw something about that. What is it? Is it a RPG or something? It looks as if it's set in the Middle Ages type of thing. It must have been just released over the last few days. Sniper Elite was the game I was trying to think of earlier on, by the way. That Sniper Elite Resistance, I won't be getting that unless it falls off the back of a lorry. That's the only way I'll be trying that out. I've been a sucker and bought every version of it up until now, but I won't be buying another one. I'm just keeping an eye on this game. It's not even a game. This thing called Altera, which is Microprose have been working on it. There's videos on YouTube that are over 8 years old about when this thing was announced. And there's still no sign of it ever been released. In fact, it might never be released. It's called Altera, Outerra. It's a full globe of the world. And you can make your own roads, make your own railway lines, drive your car, fly planes. It's a full-size scale planet, but modders can add things to it, and they're permanent, if you know what I mean. But will it ever come to fruition? I don't know. There's more likelihood of Microprose going out of business than this bloody thing being launched at any time in the near future. And I'm also waiting for Light No Fire, of course, from Hello Games, which are the developers of No Man's Sky. We know that that's very much in the pipeline as well. That's the only other things I'm waiting on. I'm not buying another Formula 1 game. I've had enough of them. So I've basically got a very narrow niche of things that interest me nowadays. Yeah, and like I said, I discovered my first gas giant planet yesterday, and it was just a howling gale. You couldn't see anything on it. So I didn't last long on it. I just went back into space. But you've got to open up these new planets and things, new systems, but I'm nowhere near doing that because I'm in free play mode. I'm not in survival mode. Yeah, I built my own. You must have seen that video. I built my own VP4 commentary booth on a planet and made a video of that. Put a bed in it for Steve. The video's up on my channel. No Man's Sky's actually improved vastly in terms of loading. When you start the game now, they've got a new system in place where it shortens the loading times, and the game loads very quickly. So it does. Well, where have we got to? We've got Linus still in the lead, 7 racks to 6, and Larry battling to stay in touch now. And that 3 ball wiped its feet more than once. Well, how many games are there on the market nowadays like No Man's Sky? I mean, what they do is they, every time they're about to do a major update, they put No Man's Sky down to half price on Steam to encourage people to buy it, and then the new update comes out. And with the amount of updates that they've had, you know, when it started, it was getting slated left, right, and centre. Of course, like all PC games, it's buggy. There's loads of bugs in it. Games of that magnitude are always going to have bugs, and they'll always be discovered. They'll keep being discovered. But I bought the game. In fact, I saw the game on that computer program early on a Sunday morning on BBC News. Click, it's called. I saw them doing a review and an interview with what's his name, the game developer, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I'm for that when it comes out. You know, 18 quintillion planets and all that stuff. I thought that sounds good. Might be interesting. So I bought it as soon as it came out on the basis of that promo that they were doing on Click Online, that computer type. Or I don't know whether you'd probably call it a technology program nowadays. You wouldn't call it a computer program. But yes, there's not many games that have a marketing policy of free updates. Everything nowadays about wringing every last bloody penny out of you. Particularly those, is it 2K company games, the basketball games and the football games. Everything's about wringing more money out of all the gullible people. Well, so far it's been about the fact that Linus could have been 2 up. That's twice he could have been 2 up, and we're still all square. But all he needs to do is just hang in there till it gets to speed time. Well, mods are a different thing from DLC, Tam. Mods are a different thing. Well, there's a big miss there from Linus. Larry's trying to get below this 2 ball. Needs to get away from the 3. So we'll give him the 2, we'll give him the 3, we'll give him the 4 and the 5. Now, the 6 ball could be a wee bit fiddly because it's tightish past the 9, and when you're playing this 5, you've not got an awful lot of room. There is room, but you've got to be on this 5 ball in such a way, and so that's not guaranteed. Right, this is the one, he's checking this up. Left English on it. Well, he's caught the 10 ball and he's ended up in that horrible position. This is where you don't want to be, and he could end up hooked here. He's got to hit this hard. Well, he's trying to hit it soft to hold it below the 7 now, which he's done. And we've seen loads of players cutting these away from the pocket. This is certainly further out from the rail. We'll see how Larry copes with this. And he's found a line. Now this is where, again, if this is me, I'm just cutting that with a bit of right English just to straighten it and come down. Yeah. That's perfect. So Larry is going to get a chance, or at least first chance, to go 2 in front. Well, not doing that, he won't. Look at where he sat this cue ball. But he's going to get away with it for an 8-7 lead. Yeah, I'll be up tomorrow morning, and I won't be in the same condition I was this morning, I can guarantee that. Well, the football starts in about 8 minutes' time. Yeah, this should be a good game. Good for the fact that they are 2-0 up. But mind you, what have they not lost the last 2 or 3 games at home? In the Premiership, Newcastle, they've had a shitty run of games at home since that win, because that game was a month ago. The first leg of the match with Arsenal, that was a month ago. So they haven't had great results since then. Now, what's Linus going to concoct here? Yeah, this is not great. Well, if he tries to feather edge this and head up there, this is going to be no good. Yeah, well, that's exactly where I thought he was going to finish. And yes, I'm right, it's going to be no good. I have no idea what he was trying there. So, Larry in pretty good shape here. Now, Larry taking his medicine is just going to let this roll out and play the 5 long, like that. He's got more angle than he would want on this 5 ball, but I think he can get away with it. Trying to stun across the other side, he's left it short again. See, you could overhit that by quite a margin. You could overhit that to there, and you're still reasonably good. So he's left that way short. Went into the right side of the pocket. And again, he's sort of in between, but he's going to cut it in the side. He's got plenty of room. Vital that he gets a decent angle, though. He doesn't want this to be straight, and that's fine. So this can go 1 rail, 2 rail, and just open out to finish about there and leave the cut in the 10 ball. Round about where the donut is, he's overhit it a wee bit. But he's actually better now that he's opened it out. That's perfect. Well, there you go. Linus has had a couple of opportunities to get that 2-rack lead, and now he's looking at the opposite effect. Larry's the one with it. And now this is a huge rack if you're Linus. I think the first part of the deal is that Larry has to come up dry, and I think he's done that. The second part is Linus needs a good, comfortable starter, and he hasn't got that. And that's a terrible safety as well. Yeah, there is no way Larry should have been seeing this 1 ball. Not a snowball in hell's chance of seeing that 1 ball. Well, that was a sort of 2-in-1 shot there from Larry, because he was going to nail Linus behind the 3 ball anyway. Or if not, pot the 3 ball. So this might be the make or break time for Larry in this match. He's 9-7 in front. He's in a strong position at the moment. And unless Linus can come up with a hit and a save, well, it ain't safe. Larry's now looking good to take the match away from Linus. Well, Man United are just proving that it doesn't matter how much money you spend on players. You know, you could have a squad of 22 players. If they're all prima donnas and individuals, then they don't necessarily work as a team. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's the gaffer that takes the responsibility of that. He has to have a reliable, strong-willed captain to kick some asses and get them to come round to the proper way of thinking, or they'll be out the door. This is good. This is going to be perfect on the 7. So Linus was staying in it up to a point. He's running out of racks now. And I'm afraid a couple of not too well chosen shots have maybe cost him those racks. But he's certainly got a much better scoreboard than I anticipated. I'll give him that. So Larry's on double figures. Linus just needs to keep his head down and try and make the most of what's left. Cut all the stewards' Christmas bonuses. What is that? A serious statement you're making there, Coldest Pillow? Well, Larry's not only had a good break, he's had a ball and he's got a shot. Okay, he could have done without hitting the knuckle because he's now in bedhead territory. Oh, that's a game that's come out as well. I think the game sounds a bit like Ineos, which is like a Sims game. That's been in the pipeline for a number of years as well.
Where's the cue ball going?
It's gone south. Well, this is a bit like Last Chance Saloon here for Linus. I'm saying that because he simply must endeavour to find the way out, and the 4 ball is going to be the killer here. The 4 ball is going to be the killer. He's got to get out into the table. And that's no good. And that's what I mean by the killer. See, the problem with the football is that footballers' wages have gone to stupid amounts. Let's be honest. That's where it's all gone wrong. That, you know, yes, professional players have a short lifespan in terms of their career. Most of them do. But for players in top flight teams, no matter where they are in the world, there is no way on this earth they should get paid like £100,000 a week. There should be a flat rate. That's what it should be. It doesn't matter who you are, who you're playing for, but it's all about buying the best players and stumping up the cash. I understand that part, but in order to cut running costs down, because the money's all coming in from the supporters and sponsorship and all of that crap, but to be paying somebody £250,000 a week to play football is laughable. You know, stupid sums of money, and people are ending up paying 60, 70 quid to get into a football stadium and watch sometimes dross for 90 minutes. It's just not on. I would never ever pay that. I don't care who they are. I don't care who it is. I would never pay that money to watch football. Not in a month of Sundays would I ever envisage doing that. This is why they should have a flat rate system. No matter what club you are, yes, the transfer fees and all of that stuff can all be dealt with however much they want to pay. But no matter who you are and what club you're at in top flight leagues, it should be a flat rate. So, as far as I'm concerned, there's no professional football player should be getting paid more than $3,000 a week. None of them. And even then, that's still too much. Not when you consider that if the game's still meant to be a working class game where the roots of the support and where the roots of players back in the day all came from, then why are football players getting paid $2,000 more a week than most normal working people? That's what I'm asking. And then why are they going to these astronomical amounts, and why it all feeds back down to the punter? It's just stupid. There's not a footballer who's walked this earth that's ever worth that amount of money. And you can keep naming them, but there's not one of them worth it. Right, well, Larry sort of broke the back of this match now. 11-7 in front. Fair play to Linus. He's made a match of it as far as the scoreboard goes, because he's already ended up with 4 more racks than I thought he'd get. But the frailties are apparent. I mean, I have to say, as far as Larry goes, and if we're planning ahead here, well, Larry's at the table. If we're planning ahead and we look at the setup here, assuming that Larry comes through, he's looking at lining up with Rabbie or Bankster next round, and that is not going to be a walkover for Larry either. You know, Larry's under pressure to try and hang in there. So, and then of course, sooner or later, if he keeps going, he's going to bump into the big minefield of players that he can meet. Well, another couple of shots, he'll be on the hill. Yeah, they'll just have kicked off, 4 minutes past 8. See you later, Mark. I'll be joining you in a couple of minutes anyway. So Larry's on the hill. And he's just pulled away from 7 apiece. It's 5 in a row. No, I cancelled Sky a good number of years ago. I mean, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with Sky. I mean, the Sky box was brilliant. I mean, that's one of the best bit of technology that they've ever invented. The Sky Plus box. But all I watch television, you know, it was just it's not worth paying that money. Because any football I want to watch, I can generally get a decent enough stream online anyway. I mean, this Arsenal game, I'll get that, no problem. Celtic game as well. Newcastle up 1-0 already. Well, that'll make it interesting. With the Geordies will be, they'll be sitting there shirts off in the crowd because that's what they're like, going mental. Now, how's Larry going to deal with this 8-ball? Well, the problem is he's got to play the 6, get up for the 7. The 8 and 9 are nowhere near a combo. So Linus might be getting another visit to the table, but that might be all it is, just a visit. Oh, it might be offside. It's going to VAR, is it? Oh, well, if it's going to VAR, that's never a good sign. I think Larry's a bit straight as well. Well, he's going to have to be creative here. Called a combo. It's nowhere near set, so he's got to push this. He's just got to push this on that edge, but not get it too thick. And that was almost... It was almost it, but then again, it still missed with the country mile, but poor Linus isn't getting any help from Larry here. This is horrible. But you know what you do? You wind up and you give it the big dig, but you don't scratch the left side pocket. That's what you do. And that, I'm afraid, will be the last that Linus is taking part in this event. Yes, it's all over. So in the end, it's still a comfortable enough win, but Larry's got a vast room for improvement. He's got to try and minimise these unforced errors himself. But, you know, Linus put up a good fight for the first half of the match, but then it all drifted away. So Larry's through. I say it doesn't get any easier for Larry. It's a 13-7 win. A quick refresher on that schedule, which was updated here. It's not updated on my stream. But the next match is Stubb against Miskin, provided Miskin shows up or Stubb shows up. And that is on Friday evening at 7 o'clock. I'll be around for that. I don't know whether Slim's going to be doing Friday night 9-ball. He more than likely will, because I'll be covering this first. And if he's not doing it, then I'll go to Friday night 9-ball after I've done that match. And then the last match is Cobra and Tommy, which is on Monday evening at 6:25. So that's fairly early. That's not bad for me. It's handy. And that will be a good one to see. I think that's a round 3 match, that one. So that's it. Well done to Larry. He survives for another day. And I thank you for your company. I'm off to catch up with the football. I've got another day off tomorrow, so I don't need to worry about what time I go to bed. And no doubt I will see you all again soon. So until we meet again, I'll bid you good evening. Take care. See you later.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.